said earlier, you will get access to a fully functional and responsive admin dashboard to manage your restaurants, including every feature that you are looking for. Even if there's additional feature that you want us to implement, we will implement it for you, for your workspace, for your business. No problems. So here is your full dashboard. Here's the analytic part, whereby you have a brief view or kind of summary about almost everything: your revenue, your orders. You have list of best customer from your restaurants. You have access to promotions. If, for example, you have activate a specific promotion with any promotion coupon, you have it here, and you have a list of those recent campaign that you just launched. You can access it and then see how user did for that promotion or everything that goes with it. So we have your business insight recommendation. So based on your actual data, we will just recommend you some action to consider in order to have more or high customer response or revenue. You have your revenue and order trend here. You can get kind of revenue breakdown, like your net revenue, your delivery fees, if we do delivery fees from your net revenue, and discount where needed if the end user use a discount coupon code while ordering. You have information, some graphs about orders, whereby you can see what are the hours when your user used to buy the most and so on. For example, here it is well said that at midnight people will sometimes have a lot of order, like 5 orders at midnight, and you have a list of best sold product here. For example, here we have this Roton immense, and you have information about payment, delivery performance, customer satisfaction, because you will allow your customer to rate your restaurant and rate your menu also. And you have financial overview here, like your total revenue, total expense, estimated profit margin. You have information about your staff, for example, the total of number of staff, active staff, and you have the best staff performers, like maybe the cashier here that has made a shift of 7.5 hours, and maybe during the payroll you just add something to his salary. You can manage everything with our app, with our solution. You can manage user, you can manage content including blog. For user, you can, for example, have access to the list of administrators of your platform. You can see more detail about each admin. You can edit information about them. You can also add another admin. That's not a problem. All you have to do is just choose a role among those that has already been provided, or you can create another role if you are looking for a personalized role or a personalized access for a specific person. You can handle update, delete, or you can also change admin password if you want. You get access to all users of your restaurant. So for example, have access to this user, and this user have almost every information about him, like his last login, his account status, or his loyalty program, and different points he earned during loyalty programs. You have access to content. You have the blog list here. You can see detail about any specific blog. You can add a blog here. For example, you can add by filling this form. You have access to a list of events. You can see detail about events. You can, if you want, add another event. For example, if I click on add events, you can fill this form and add event. You have access to your team member. For example, here is one of my team member, Limakodako, that's a head chef. You have information about him, and you can also add another team member if you want, by just filling this form and add maybe his social links like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. That will highly depend on you. You have access to the delivery module, whereby you have a list of delivery. For example, here is an order that has to be delivered. It has not yet been delivered, but you have access to it. You can just have like detail about it. You have access to your delivery person. If you have a person in your restaurant that are supposed to make delivery, you can just assign roles, and then they will access this interface, and they can now continue with their work, like making delivery, and if while they complete any specific delivery, they can just mark as delivered. By the time they mark it as delivered, it has already been delivered. So everything will be okay. Like this has already been delivered. Everything is now okay. You have access to the employee module, whereby you can add any specific employee. You can even preview employee before submitting. That is a good practice. You can have the list of your employee. You can see detail about any specific employee. You can add shift if your employee work extra hours this month. You can register the extra hours, make a note about it, and later on when you'll be making your payroll, you will just add maybe something to his salaries. That will highly depend on you. And you can add shift like this. You can update your employee detail. You can add a payroll if it's time to pay your employee. You can add it. You can add payroll here, and then maybe add some bonuses to his pay, and have access to the payroll here. Payroll list. Here's the list of employees that has been paid. You have the marketing page, whereby you can handle every marketing campaign. Like you can create any specific coupon code, and then let your user use it in their orders. Or you also have access to the total number of points. By the time a user purchases anything from your system, he gets some number of points that are increasing and so on. And based on this, you can apply, maybe if you want a specific discount on his order, and so on. That will highly depend on you. You have access to a promotion list, like you can create a coupon code here for any specific maybe a percentage discount, a fixed amount, a free delivery coupon code, or a buy one and get one. That will highly depend on you. And you have details about any specific coupon here. For example, this coupon expires in 31 days. You can add one. You can either delete, or you can just update if you want. You have access to review. Review may concern directly your employee or your restaurant or a specific menu, and you have it displayed here. You have access to the menu module, whereby you can add any specific menu. You can update if you want, and you can also preview. You can preview it like this before confirming. You can also add one by filling this form, putting detail, putting information about nutrition like protein, carbs, fat, fibers, sugar, sodium, cholesterol, and you can preview at the end before submitting. You have access to a list of categories. You can classify all your menu into different categories for more safety and for more control. You have access to the contact us list, expense list. You can add expense depending on you. You can add operating hours for your restaurant. For example, let's assume you are working on Sunday. You can simply modify this and say that you are working that day and so on. You have the order management, whereby based on this interface you can select any specific order. For example, I will select this order and I will just assign it to a delivery guy, maybe like John Connors, that will have to deliver this maybe tomorrow at maybe let's say at 10. Yes, maybe let's say tomorrow at 10 John Connors will deliver this, and I will just have to put any special instruction, and everything has been done successfully. You have access to payment. You have a list of payment that have been made into your restaurant with different payment gateway that has been implemented. This includes PayPal, mobile money payment. And you have reservation. Reservation is made about tables. If you have any tables in your restaurant, user can actually make reservation about it for any specific event that they are looking for. So this is a fully responsive application. You can use it with your mobile phone, or you can use it on your PC. That's not a problem. We also have a mobile version of it. You have access to a super admin dashboard. Here is how it looks. You also have like analytic dashboard for you as a super admin. You can add admins, so you can add admins for a specific restaurant. If maybe they lost their credential, you can update if they want. You can add many categories. You can have access to FAQ. You can have access to newsletter logs. That is really important. You have access here to logs from your restaurant. It's really paginated, 10 element per page. So you have access to your logs, and you have payment information here. You have restaurants list. You can add one and give them credential, and they will just log with it. You have access to reviews, and you have access to whole list, and you can add any specific role that you are looking for. So that's how our system functions. Based on this, you also have a mobile app. So every time a restaurant register at in our platform, we give them two mobile app, one for Android and one for iOS. If they're looking for a website, no problem, we will still provide a website. That will highly depend on them. It's a fully functional multiple restaurant management system, highly secure with advanced feature. And later on, maybe we will integrate artificial intelligence to make like maybe a recommendation system and everything that goes around it. So it supports multiple terms like dark term, for example, and you can adapt colors if you want. That will highly depend on you and on your demand. You as a developer, if you are interested with the system, we can also provide you the entire system with API documentation, and you will use it accordingly. That will highly depend on you. It's a role-based access system. For example, if I log out here and I try to log with another account, you will see that I will just have access to what I really have access to. I won't have access to any specific element that I was not supposed to get access. So for example, let's assume if I still have this account, or not, I don't still have the account. So let's assume I will log in as emakotech, for example, emakotech@gmail.com. So if I log in, I will just have access to the feature I'm supposed to have access to. And if I try to access any specific page without having authorization, I'll just be redirected to my main page because I won't have access to that module. So it's a role-based access system, and you can actually manage almost everything with this kind of system. If you are interested, I will leave everything that will help you reach me, maybe my emails, WhatsApp number, and everything that will help you get to me, and we'll just discuss on how the application works. So this might be useful for you if you want maybe to use it as your business. As for your business, maybe you open a startup without having any clear idea of what you were looking for, you can use it. Or if you are a restaurant and you are looking for a platform that will help you manage the entire flow of your restaurant from lower level like customer management up to your staff management, you can also ask for this kind of software, and I will just provide it. If your restaurant located in countries like Cameroon, Guinea, Republic of Guinea, or Chad, we will I think by the beginning of the next month, we will put a demo online whereby you guys can come and register all your restaurant stuff, and we just reach out to you with benefit that your restaurant has made, maybe during the plan period or the period whereby you register your restaurant. It's a fully functional system with API documentation, really well documented. Almost everything in the system is documented. You can have access to it, to everything that you are looking for, no problem. Okay, so I hope you found our demo interesting. Let's say you maybe for any other inquiries. So it supports multiple language like French, English, German, Spanish. You can use any language. You can also use this full screen view depending on you.